If you've been waiting patiently for new campaign content in Gears of War 2, you might be a little put off with what's included in the new Dark Corners download. It depends on what you're expecting. The added section is called Road to Ruin, and contrary to the typical Gears of War cover-to-cover style of gameplay, you're given the option here to utilize stealth. If you're hoping for a stealth system that doesn't feel unnecessary and underdeveloped, well, prepare for disappointment. But if you go in with the understanding that this is, in fact, a deleted scene, as Epic's Cliff Bleszinski very clearly states as you load up the new content, then it's not so bad. As you begin the game, you're given the choice to sneak your way into the Locust City of Nexus wearing their armor, or just to blow everything up that moves. The latter method is a lot more fun, as you'll fight against a range of Gears 2 foes like boomers and grinders and tickers. It's not all that huge a chunk of content, so expect to move through it pretty quickly. As for the story, it doesn't do much to enhance any aspects of what was already in Gears 2, as limited as that was. It takes place right after the incident with Maria, and though there are a few dialogue sequences, they don't really convey much. In other words, it feels very much like deleted content.
Head, arms, body, I don't care. Just lead the way.
Fortunately, there are 7 new multiplayer maps included in Dark Corners, all of which seem to be pretty interesting. Of particular note is the new Nowhere map, which takes place in a dusty, deserted station area, and is littered with ruined cars and a few squat buildings. The relatively open space across the map's center and opportunity to climb up to a roof makes for some brutal scenes of slaughter as players charge around, though temporary cover is provided by frequent sandstorms that greatly limit visibility. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you've got Allfather's Garden with its long passageways, where anyone skilled with a sniper rifle will have a dramatic effect on the match's outcome. Smaller maps like War Machine, Waystation, and Sanctuary contrast sharply with the dizzying sprawl of the Highway map. You'll find it's easier to get disoriented here amongst its multi-tiered battle arenas and towering walls, as well as splattered by opponents who've moved up to perches and snagged some of the more powerful weapon pickups. Battles on the less expansive Memorial map, with its fountain and spines of cover sticking out like spokes from a wheel's center, are sure to be intense, especially once you start to duck into the map's various indoor sections and discover the numerous open spaces and windows through which your opponents can fire. So if you're still playing Gears of War 2 online, is it worth 1,200 Microsoft points to get the Dark Corners DLC? Well, yeah, since the new maps will definitely add to your experience. If you don't really care about Gears 2 Online and were just curious about the new campaign chapter, then I'd recommend you pass on this one. I'm not saying that Road to Ruin should have remained unreleased, since it's still some great action gameplay, but it's not something worth handing over your dollars for if you're already familiar with the franchise. For the full written review, head over to IGN.com.